7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiskey Quest. If you guys new to the channel, my name's Antonio. In this channel, I review whiskeys from all over the world. I like to add a touch of water to each one of them just to see if it changes. You'll never know unless you try it. And that's something you like to watch. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the bell notification so you can stick around for more videos. Let's move on with this review. So let's talk about Jameson Irish Whiskey. This is your bottom shelf Irish whiskey for about $25. Probably a little bit cheaper if you find it on sale. And it's 40% ABV, triple distilled, as many other Irish whiskeys. I did in fact just put Jameson in a blind flight with Tullamore Dew and Bushmills White Label. Check out the link above for that blind tasting I did for St. Patrick's Day. So today is actually St. Patrick's Day. We actually have some really good weather finally, and we're going to grill some steaks while I do this Jameson Irish Whiskey review for you guys. See you guys at the crib. All right, so first time firing up the grill this year. Let's see if it works. It works. Them steaks, a little bit of whiskey. So while that is warming up, getting ready to throw in some steaks, let's talk a little bit more about Jameson Irish Whiskey here. So Jameson is a no-age statement whiskey, but there are some rules, and for it to be an Irish whiskey, it has to be aged for a minimum of 3 years in Ireland. And the blend consists of pot still whiskey and grain whiskey. The grain whiskey is mainly made out of corn, and the pot still whiskey is made using malted barley and unmalted barley. The reason behind pot still whiskey in Ireland was actually pretty cool, because the Irish were being taxed by the British for when they were making their whiskey out of malted barley. So they gave them the finger and said, okay, so we're gonna use some unmalted barley and see what you're gonna do about that. That's one way of saying damn the man. Yeah. All right, I think this grill is ready for me to add some of these delicious steaks I'm about to cook. I think so. There's 1, 2. Ooh. So while these start cooking, I'll review that whiskey. Hopefully I don't burn them. We'll see what happens. All right. See that? So let's just give this a quick nosing and tasting and see what it's all about. But let's get a quick look at the color here. I'd say this has a really nice golden kind of color going on, yellow on the yellow side. They do add coloring, but you know, I don't mind. It still gives it a nice, delicious looking kind of color. So let's see what we get on the nose. First thing I get when I smell Jameson is like a pear note. It makes me think of like one of those brown sweet pears. That's exactly what it smells like to me. Some of that grain also comes through. I'd say there's a touch of honey, and the wood notes aren't very noticeable in this, and if it was, it's very faint. We'll see once I add a little bit of water, see if that changes. Let's move on to the taste. Cheers, guys. Queen of the castle. You're a little rascal, huh? I miss being a kid. All right, so right up front, like I said, this is triple distilled, so it's gonna be a lot friendlier, I think, in my opinion. Do get a little bit of spice right up front. I say there is a tiny bit of char going on. There's a slight caramel, almost chocolatey kind of note in the far back, but it's not too strong. It's you get more of that char and the spicy notes going on. It is very light on the mouthfeel, kind of watery, but does leave you with a little bit of a kind of a buttery note at the end. Not too much, but still there. So before I add some water, let me go check on my steaks, see how they're doing. Be right back. Look at those steaks. I say they're coming along pretty well. What you guys think? All right, let's add that little bit of water and see what happens. Absolutely wonderful weather. So you guys saw in the 40s. I know some of you warm climate people might not think so, but hey, when you're dealing with below zero weather, you can't wait for this to happen. Here we go. One drop. That's all I'm doing. Wow. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, but just adding it right away, a lot of honey started opening up, so let's wait and see what happens. All right, so like I said, a lot of honey opened up with that one drop of water. But man, does this really change. Besides that honey, it got really fruity on there. That pear is not even in the nose anymore. I do get like a slight kind of banana note. Very sweet, ripe banana. Wow, that's crazy. Honey and banana. Just like my friend Antonio was describing.
It's funny, not a yellow banana, but one that's yellow and brown.
Okay, yeah.
I get a yellow-brown banana on this one. That's what's going on here.
All right, let's move on to the taste. Cheers, guys. Got lighter on the palate here. I still get that spiciness, but it was more like a quick burst of spiciness, but then it faded away. Then I started getting a little bit of that maltiness going on this time. Get a little bit of a dark chocolate. A little bit more woody on the palate this time. Wow. I definitely think that a drop of water did some good. The mouthfeel this time though, it's nowhere near even buttery. It's a lot more watery actually, but I think the flavors did improve with that drop of water. So I think it's time for the final thoughts. I'd say that a drop of water actually improved this a lot. And not that it was bad before, but it did make it a little bit sweeter and a lot more enjoyable on the palate, at least for me. But for $25, I'd say it's a really good whiskey for you guys to try, and it's easy to find at a bar. So if you don't want to spend the 25 bucks or so, go ahead and give it a shot at a bar and see what you guys think. Make sure you have them give you a little bit of water there, not from the tap, so make sure it's maybe bottled water or something that doesn't have chlorine, and give it a try with that, because I think you guys will enjoy it. So that's it for the review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Don't forget to drop me a comment below. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have tried Jameson. Tell me what you think about it, and if you haven't, make sure you go give it a shot at a bar, no pun intended. I hope you guys had a happy St. Patrick's Day. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification before you leave. In case you're wondering how them steaks came out, check these out. Yeah. See you guys on the next one. Peace.